Open for Business Act may be narrow and noble to prevent trucks from impeding critical infrastructure and trade routes. Unfortunately, it goes much further. The powers confirmed allow for the seizure of all property, including homes, for far less than another convoy or blockade.
Bill 100 in Ontario seeks to remove the rights enshrined in the Canadian Bill of Rights, and I'm here to tell you that we've got to stop it. You have the right to a fair trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until guilty, and yet Bill 100 seeks to remove it. Let's take a look. This is the Canadian Bill of Rights. You are not to deprive a person charged with a criminal offense of the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal, or of the right to reasonable bail without just cause.
Cars and trucks may be seized with no hearing or trial. Same with one's license and plates. No hearing, no trial. No presumption of innocence. One is guilty until proven innocent, and there is no incentive or practicable way for one to be proven innocent. Summary arrests without a warrant are also contained in Section 13. The powers are all non-emergency measures. The Act lasts forever.
Forever. The Act lasts forever. This is not emergency powers. These are not war measures powers. Same thing as emergency powers. Don't let the words fool you ever, brethren. You have no longer the right to a trial. Your license is gone. You're in jail. You're a virgin again. That's it. It's over. You're back to square zero. Okay, there is no going back to freedom. The Canadian Bill of Rights is toilet paper. Wipe it. Wipe it right now, because you know what? TP is unavailable and you are set to become a serf for life.
There is no sunset clause. So whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? So Speaker, my question to the Solicitor General is, why is your ministry taking a strong-arm approach with the aim of stopping people from conducting peaceful protests in the name of democracy?
Solicitor General.
You know, the member opposite, coming from a community that, frankly, is very directly impacted when our borders are blocked by illegal blockades, I would have thought would have a better appreciation of what that impact has on our...
This is some dissimulation, simply so that you don't actually answer the question, why are we not allowed to protest anymore? Why is all asset seizure possible, forfeited, your license? They can take you. If you do not comply, they can literally arrest you immediately. There's no warrant needed. There's no nothing needed. You are just arrested. There is no court. There's no trial. There's no nothing. You're arrested.
Our economy. You know, the literally millions of dollars of trade were not able to pass through as a result of the blockade at the Ambassador Bridge. Kudos and credit to OPP, RCMP, the Windsor Police, and many other police departments that worked together to ensure that that blockade was dealt with as quickly as possible. But Bill 100 will actually give those police officers the ability to act faster. We cannot...
Bill 100 will give the police the ability to act faster. Well, I'll tell you, if the argument is about efficiency, well, yeah, absolutely. It's more efficient if we can arrest everybody that we don't like whenever we don't like them. You could just arrest them and you can seize any property from them. Absolutely, it's faster. I completely agree with this argument about efficiency, but do we live in a state simply about efficiency, or do we have freedom? Does the Canadian Bill of Rights mean something? If it does, then this goes completely against it.
Thank you very much, Speaker. No, I do understand that particular aspect, Minister, and I also went on record in saying that I didn't agree with full blockade of the Ambassador Bridge. I was also grateful that they allowed traffic to go back and forth because of international trade. But the amendments to the Civil Remedies Act, legislation that has been used to seize houses, is unconscionable and completely unwarranted. Everyone is shocked at the lightning pace that this bill is being rammed through the legislature. Bill 100 authorizes the seizure of property, including one's home. All law enforcement is also made immune to civil litigation unless bad faith can be proven. Is any of this right, fair, or just? Bill 100 does not affect a virtually permanent state of emergency. It's business as usual. Tyranny will literally become the new norm with no end in sight. Minister, those charged with an offense are entitled to make full answer in defense, have the right to cross-examination of their accuser or accusers, and the right to be convicted beyond a reasonable doubt. So my question to the Solicitor General is this what anyone voted for or would ever vote for? Is this where you want to take us as an elected representative and a member of the current majority party in power?
Got a couple choice excerpts, and please be aware that Randy Hillier is not truly allowed. He's not allowed to speak anymore. They've already silenced him. Let's read what he's got to say. Everyone should read this bill. As I warned 2 years ago, very rarely do governments voluntarily relinquish powers they have assumed for themselves. This is yet another incremental erosion of our fundamental freedoms, another punitive manifestation of cancel culture to target political opposition. Political elites are seeking to solidify their power structures amidst record global instability. They will sooner mobilize a bureaucratic state to destroy the lives of political dissidents instead of facing public accountability for our compounding state of crisis. Once a police state is formally established through legislation, it's extremely difficult to undo. In keeping with this age of mendacity that we live in, where words mean the exact opposite of what they used to mean, Bill 100, Keeping Ontario Open for Business, Act 2022. The Act establishes prohibitions and enforcement mechanisms to prevent persons from impeding access to and egress from or ordinary use of protected transportation infrastructure. Let's take a look at some of the key points here. You got prohibition, impeding access. Okay, if you are disrupting ordinary economic activity or interfering with the safety, health, or well-being of members of the public, look at these. These are really wide-ranging words, right? This means a lot. It can mean a lot. Disrupting ordinary economic activity. That could mean a lot of different things. Interfering with the safety, health, or well-being of members of the public. Again, that means a lot. It can really be expanded, that definition. Let's keep going. Police officers can remove objects. What are objects? Well, they can be vehicles. They can take away your license immediately. Surrender, suspension of driver's license. Seizure of number plates and permit suspension. They can just take your plates. They can take your license. They can take your vehicle, objects. Vehicles are objects. Commercial motor vehicles and trailers. They can also take your commercial license. You have no right to be heard. The person is not entitled to a hearing before an order may be made under subsection 1 or 2. This contravenes directly the Canadian Bill of Rights. You have no right to a hearing. The order is made. The police officer in charge, he makes that decision. He, she, they, them, it. Make that decision and boom, you've got no more license. You've got no more car. You've got no more property. They've taken it from you. Why? Because you participated in a protest that possibly interfered with the health and safety of the public. You can be arrested without a warrant. A police officer may arrest without warrant a person whom the officer believes on reasonable grounds is contravening these clauses. If you do not identify yourself, you can be arrested without warrant. If you do not give up the objects that they want you to give up, vehicles, license, whatever, you can be arrested without a warrant. If you do not comply, you will be arrested without a warrant. There is no personal liability for the person arresting you. There is none. In effect, Bill 100, the Keeping Ontario Open for Business Act, should better be termed Bill 100, the STFU and Sit Down Act of absolute tyranny. This turns our entire long-standing legal system upside down, presumes everyone accused is guilty, not innocent. Is the aim here to convert Canada into Mexico, Turkey, or China? If so, then the passage of Bill 100 would represent a giant leap towards obtaining such a goal. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Bill 100 and where Canada is going. I still have hope in the people, but I'll tell you what, I have zero hope in the politicians of the day, as seen evidence over here. We're entering into dark days. You better get strong. You better get tough. I suggest fasting. I suggest praying. I suggest being ready, because you know what? A spiritual war is already here. Hail, brethren. This is the war campaign. Be sure to check out WCFreedom.com and sign up to make sure you stay up to date with us, and just in case that we can still connect. Hail, brethren, and thank you.